All right, today we're going to be making the best pasta sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to get into that argument today. All right, these are the ingredients you're going to need to get this stuff going. So first, we'll go from this side. We're going to use some extra heavy tomato puree. I'm using Stanislaus again. I do not have a deal with them. I just like their product. It's just really good tomatoes. Anyhow, we got that. We got some wine. This is the wine my wife drinks. You could use anything you want. I like a dry wine, really. Merlot would be good. It's fine. You could use any wine you want. It's just for deglazing the pan. Some fresh ground pepper, some salt. I got some stock that I have from some beef short ribs that I made this week. You could just use regular beef stock you buy in the store. Okay. We got our pork neck bones. We got our green peppers here, about a half a cup. Got about a half a cup of garlic, which is a lot, but I like a lot of garlic. We're making a lot of sauce. Also, half a cup of onions chopped up. All of these are chopped up real finely. I have, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of fresh basil, a couple bay leaves, and I already did some pepper for ease of the show. And then I put a little bit of crushed red in there too, not too much. And then this is the sauce I use. It's called Trattoria. It's spaghetti sauce, but it's not from concentrate crushed tomatoes. I'm going to tell you what's in it. And you don't have to get this. There's plenty of good ones out there. There's 7-Eleven, just some crushed tomatoes, but here's what's in this one. Vine-ripened fresh tomatoes, blend of extra virgin olive oil and sunflower oil, fresh sauteed onions, salt, roasted garlic, fresh basil leaves, and that's it. Okay? No sugar. Do not buy sauce with sugar in it. Do not put sugar in your sauce. It sucks, okay? That's it. I don't have nothing more to say about that. Okay, first step is we're going to salt and pepper our pork neck bones. You go pretty liberally with this. All right, just get enough on there. Maybe a little bit more. All right, just get it on there, okay? All right, then some pepper on there, fresh ground pepper. Don't be afraid. You're making a lot of sauce. You ain't even going to taste this. Well, you're going to taste it a little bit. Otherwise, we won't be putting it on, right? About 2 pounds of neck bones we're using. All right, here we go. We're going to put some olive oil in the pan. I got a preheated pan going. Got this nice pan my daughter bought me for Christmas, so we're going to use it. All right, let's throw these neck bones in. You want to brown these first. Take about maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes. So let those brown, and we'll come back when those are done browning. All right. Neck bones are browning. All right, get them like that. About like that. On both sides. Probably take, I don't know, 5 minutes. Hold on. I want to show you the color. Okay, get them like about this color, all the way around. I'm using neck bones because bones add a lot of flavor. Not the meat and the bones add flavor, but they're, you know, once you cook this in your sauce for a long time, you're going to release that collagen like a bone broth, and that's going to add a lot of flavor to your sauce. And you could use other meats in your sauce, but when you use the bones, you could even use ribs, you could use pork, you could use sausage, but like I said, we're making the best sauce, so that's what we're using.
So it's similar to when you get a bone-in ribeye, you get more flavor because of the bone. Same
get more flavor, but this flavor is being released because we're going to cook it for hours. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to make your sauce, and you know when your sauce is going to be ready? Like dinner time. You know, and you'll be testing, and that's why you need to get yourself a loaf of bread and butter. See, I got mine over here. It's still wrapped because it was frozen. You're going to get yourself a big loaf of bread like this. This is how we're going to figure out when our sauce is done. You'll be eating that all day. We finally got these things brown, and they're ready. We're going to set these aside now, and then we're going to start working on our sauce. Okay, now we're going to start our sauce. So preheat your pan. Throw about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there. You can't over olive oil it. It's okay. All right. Now, first thing we're going to take is our onions. We call this the trilogy, right? got onions, got green peppers. Okay? Gonna let those saute for a little bit. Probably about a couple minutes. Right? And then we're gonna wait a little while to throw our garlic in because the garlic burns faster. So let's let that cook down for a couple minutes. Okay, onions and green peppers been sauteing for about 5 minutes till they're translucent, about like that. All right, now we're gonna add our garlic in. Okay, let that saute for about, I don't know, a minute or two. Depends how. If you want to get them a little bit burnt, that's okay. Not too burnt, but because we're gonna deglaze this pan, then we're gonna add our sauce in there. All right, now we're gonna deglaze the pan a little bit. Take a shot in there, see how my garlic's getting a little bit burnt. We're gonna pour some of that wine in there. I don't know, quarter cup, whatever. Let it burn, let it cook down a little bit. But see now you're getting all those nice bits off the bottom. You know, let it cook down. Get all the alcohol out of the wine. All right. It takes about maybe a minute or two. Your heat's in about medium to high. High medium. All right, time to add your sauce. We're going to add that whole can. I don't know, it's about a gallon. We'll have to look at what that is. I put it in a bowl first because you don't want it splashing all over your kitchen. Okay, so stir that up. Turn your heat down a little bit. Now we're going to add our broth. I'm adding 2 cups of broth. If you make your own, much better. But you could buy store-bought. That's still got some chunks of meat in there. It's beautiful. All right. Then I got 2 cups of full red, heavy tomato puree. You could even use like tomato paste and add water. I just like this stuff because it's not from concentrate. I don't like anything concentrated. This is like tomato paste on steroids. Okay. So we got that. We're going to throw in our basil. We're going to throw in our bay leaves. We're going to throw in our black pepper. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You're going to use, I use about that much red pepper. Is that a 1/4 teaspoon? That's Jim's problem. He has to figure out what I put in here. So it'll all be in the comments, so you'll be able to see what's in here. Okay. It's all in there, right? Right, well, except for the main ingredient, the neck bones. So now we're going to stir this up, right? Some pretty hefty sauce. You could add a little bit of water because this is going to cook down. And we're going to be cooking this for about, I don't know, I'm probably going to go 7 hours. But you don't have to. And listen, if you got something to do, then put it in a slow cooker because you need to stir this every half hour. If you burn your sauce, it's over. Once that gets burnt on the bottom and you stir it up, your whole sauce tastes like you know what. All right, we're going to get the neck bones. Okay, I just threw these back on the heat. They've just been sitting for a while. Just want to get them sizzling so I could deglaze this pan after I put these neck bones in. So we're putting the neck bones in the sauce. All right. Okay.
It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Oh, and these are good to eat too. We'll talk about that later.
How do you wait 7 hours? I mean, I want to dive right
That's what
into
the
it
bread
right
is.
now.
That's what the bread and butter is for. All right, now you take this wine, deglaze this pan a little bit. We don't want to lose any of that goodness from that meat. It's all going in there. We ain't throwing on. There's not that much fat on there, so you need a little bit of fat in your sauce. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook down a little bit. Get the alcohol content out of there.
Look at that wine working.
All right, that's cooked down. Wine goes in. Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way, huh? So you can't see it. All right. Okay, now we got all our ingredients in there that I know of.
Let me pan that. It's all amazing. Look at that.
Push them in there. You got to take a bath in that stuff. Okay, now you got yourself some nice hearty sauce going on here, right? All right. We stirred it up before. Now we're gonna get that up to bring it up to like boil. or whatever, you know, just get it so there's bubbles going in there, and then turn it down to simmer. So once it gets warm enough, about 5-10 minutes, you're going to turn it down to low. Can't go low enough. Put it on the smallest burner you got. Put it on low, and then we're going to put the cover on. Something like this. Just imagine that it's boiling, that it's up to temperature already. We're going to put it back here. I happen to have a cover with a little vent in it, but if you don't, my mom always left the cover like that. It's fine. Okay. We'll put that on low, and that's it. Time to wait. All right, during the day, you're going to be wanting to test this sauce. So that's where the bread comes in and the butter. And you just dip it right in there. That's how you do it. All right? And you check it out and see if it's okay. The special trick to not burn your mouth while you're eating it, but you're going to have to learn on your own that. Flavors are all there. Maybe a couple more hours. Wait till that meat's, when the meat's falling off the bone, when the meat's falling off that bone, then it's ready to eat. But I'm not going to stop you from dipping some bread in there right now. All right, it's been about 8 hours. Meat's falling off the bones, so it's time. I prepared a plate with some pasta on it already. We're going to put a little bit more sauce on there because I like a lot of sauce. Put it right on top like that. You can put more or less, whatever you like. A little bit of Parmesan. You don't have to put Parmesan, but you're supposed to be doing this the best, right? You want to impress your friends. You want it to look beautiful. You just buy some basil and throw it on there. Look at that. Oh, how beautiful that is. Okay. Now, you could either take the meat off these neck bones or serve them with the food. We fight over these at our house. You could take the meat off them, though, and put it in your sauce and just get all the bones out. We just serve it like this. And then you could see if you get in here where the meat is, it's like fall off the bone. I'm eating that. Right? And that stuff's excellent.
Don't forget your bread.
Then you got your bread over here. I got dirty hands, but here's some bread and butter. Obviously, you're going to need that. Serve it with a nice salad, and boom. So there you go. That's my version of my best pasta sauce, or gravy, or whatever you want to call it. Once again, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time.
All right, folks. This is what happens when you eat too much pasta and you're a glutton. So, you know, don't overeat.